Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Hello. So I've been working on these Shabby Blue journals off camera. They're just little unembellished journals. They're really small. They're sort of traveller's notebook size, I guess. And I kind of want to make some kind of pouch for them to go in. Really just because, you know, obviously they're only little journals, so I thought that would make them a little bit more interesting. And also so that I can put some extra goodies inside the pouches and have almost like this little blue, shabby blue journal bundle type thing. So I saw a video from Artie Mays a while back, and so I'm kind of following that. So I will link her tutorial down below. And I just thought it could be something that we work on together for these, and then we can get these finished off and I'll do a flip through. So yeah, let's get going with the pouches. Okay, so for this I'm using my vintage upholstery fabric, which I use quite a lot, and I'm going to have this be my base, kind of like that, and then we are going to stitch pieces of lace on top so that we can give it more of a white look, and then when you look inside you get the gold, you know, the lushness of the gold. So I think that's what we're going to do. So it's just a case of me really just pinning the laces on, and for this I'm using laces that I don't ordinarily use for whatever reason. I just think that they would be good like cover type laces, and then I've also just got some like offcuts that I just haven't been using, so I thought we could get those used up as well. Okay, so I've got my lace. Right, let's I want to start with bigger piece, I think. I will have to do this video in parts, you know, with having to go off and stitch and what have you, but we'll just see what we can get done, and if I need to pause, that's fine by me. Okay, so I think I'm going to, can you see what I'm doing? Not really. Let's move this up. There we go. How's that? Yeah. So I think I'm going to start just, yeah, layering things up. Now because I'm only pinning them on, I can move things around as I need to. I think that will be the easiest thing, and that way I don't have to worry about gluing every little piece, you know. Now in Andrea's video, as I say, it is linked below, she was using her snippet strips, and she was just, yeah, laying out her snippet strips across the whole thing, which was really cool, and it looked lovely. She made a really nice pouch. Now in my case, I don't have any snippet strips made up, but I thought this could be a really nice way just to use up some of my laces that kind of get, I don't know, neglected a little bit, kind of a thing. Not for any particular reason, just I've got so many laces. I thought this would be just a nice, almost like a lace collage kind of thing. I thought, yeah, it would just be a nice way to do that. And as I say, I'm only pinning them on, so if I need to move things around, then I can do that quite easily. So yeah, I'm really excited about this project. Get to handle all of these beautiful laces. It's always very exciting. So what else do we want to have? This one is slightly different. Let's go with this one maybe. I quite like this circle in the middle here, and I'm thinking it'd be quite nice to have that as like, yeah, in the middle like that. As I say, these laces just have lain neglected in my drawers. Time they got used, I think. And the great thing with this type of project is you can use these bigger pieces, or you can use just little scraps. So a great way to use up your fabric scraps as well. There we go. Oh, this is quite a big piece, so I think I'll put a few pins in this. So yeah, I'll get the one done on video, because as I say, it's only a case of me just going through and putting the laces on. And then I'll do the other one off camera and then go off and stitch them. So I just want to see what that would look like as a pouch so far, because I think I might have done it upside down. Let's see. If I go that way, that will be alright, won't it? Like that. Oh, that would be nice, won't it? And then on the back we'll have this circle like that. I may want to turn that one upside down, but let's just keep on going. What do we want next? As I say, I'm only pinning them, so I can just move things around. Do we want another piece of this, perhaps? Oh yeah, that looks nice, doesn't it? There we go. Now I'm hanging the pieces of fabric over the fabric a little bit, just in case it moves when I come to stitch it. Because stitching it will be a bit of an interesting experiment, I imagine, where I will, because I don't want to just do like straight lines across it. So what I might do is, like, for example, this one with all these flowers on, I may sort of do some stitching where I'm like following the pattern a little bit, as well as all the way around the outside. That type of thing I think could look nice. Got this one. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just keeping it easy by going, yeah, just lines across. If I was using my fabric scraps or lace scraps, then I would just, yeah, do more of like a patchwork style. As I say, in Andrea's video she used snippet strips, and I'm pretty sure she just laid them across, but they were in themselves using up fabric scraps, so it was different. But what would we like next? I think we want the dainty one again, maybe. Maybe that one again? Yeah, let's go with that. I've got more than enough lace here to do both of them. Okay, so that's the easy part done. So I'm just going to, actually I'll just double check. As I say, I want to make sure that it's going to look nice once it's all done. So if we were something like this, that might fold over a little bit. I think that would be okay. Yeah, nice and easy that. So yeah, I'll hit pause and I'll just pin the other one. So it's just more of the same, just me. Oh, I might put some extra pins in that one. Yeah, it's just me going through and pinning the laces on, and then we'll do the sewing afterwards. Well, I'll go off and do the sewing. Unfortunately, I can't take you with me to my sewing machine, but just put a couple of extra pins in that one. Oops. It's a very warm day today. It's, I think we're coming on to another heat wave, which is extraordinary, really. Okay, so how pretty! Oh, I'm just looking up in the camera and all I can see is just layers upon layers of beautiful laces. So we've got that, and then I have got some additional pieces which I may want to put on. You know, I've got pieces like this, or I've got like little flowers and things, which I suppose we should probably think about, shouldn't we? So if I'm going off to stitch, I mean, I could hand stitch them on, but then equally it would just be as easy to stitch them with the sewing machine, maybe. You know, actually, I'll tell you what I'll do is I will pin it. I thought I was gonna glue it on, but no, I will pin it, because it's only a little piece that I'll just do at the sewing machine. It will be fine. So let me just think about where it's going. So I think it's like this, isn't it? Like that. So I'm just trying to think about where I might want to have some decorations, because we're going to have a button as the closure, but we might want to have little pieces. Let's just have a look at my flowers. I've got lots of these. I've got like a whole strip of this, but I think I might save that for the other one, because obviously we've got that circle on the back here, and if I put this on, although that does look nice as well, doesn't it? I think I would prefer that for the plainer side, so we'll put that on the second one, I think. Oops, make sure I'm not pinning myself. So yeah, we'll get rid of those. Don't want those. Do we want any other laces? I've got sort of some small trims, just to tidy off some of the edges maybe. Nope, I don't think that's adding anything. Just having a think. I think it might be just easier just to stitch it as it is, and then we can sort of see. Because I really like this, it's just like all florals in the front here. I really like that. And then if you imagine a button here. I don't think it needs anything else. No, not right now anyway. I might change my mind later. So I'm just going to hit pause. So what I'm going to do is I'll get the other one pinned up as well so I can sew them together. And then what I'm going to do is it's just basically a case of me trying to sew these laces on somehow. So I think the easiest thing that I'll do is I'll follow the embroideries. So for example, in these flowers, I can stitch these leaves just so that it's all nicely on there. And again, here we can stitch along here in a light coloured thread, so you won't even really be able to see it. And then I will stitch around the whole thing so that all the pieces are nicely on, and then we'll want to chop everything down once we've done that. I think that'll be the easiest thing to do. And then we'll move on to the next step, which will be deciding if we want any extra laces on, any extra embellishments or anything. But for now, I'm just loving that we've got a sea of lace in front of us right now. So I'll hit pause and I will be back, well, this afternoon for me, and in, well, 2 secs for you. Okay, here we go. We're all sewn up. Isn't it looking absolutely fabulous? I really, really love it. So yeah, it's all sewn, and I've also just gone around the edges and trimmed up to my fabric, so obviously I had lots of overhanging laces and things. So now we're ready to sew it into a pouch shape, but first I want to remind myself which way it goes. Here we are. So in Andrea's video, she suggested putting some lace along the like top and bottom, just to sort of like neaten up that edge a little bit. And although I'm happy with the front, we've got this sort of fluty bit that hangs over the front just there, so that's what that looks like. I would like to have a neater edge here. Now in Andrea's video, she actually rounded her edges at the top, and she also did sort of like I don't know, like an indent into the pouch. Now I'm not going to do that just because my scissors are not very sharp, so I'm not convinced that I will actually be able to cut it very neatly, and I don't want to ruin the hard work that I've done now. So instead I'm just going to go ahead with some trim, so just some more lace, nice fluty edged lace. So we're going to put that along the bottom here. Now I'm gluing it on for now, just to keep it in place. So when the glue's dry, I'll sew it on. But because it's only a little bit of trim, best glue, and then that way it can't, or very less likely to shift on me, especially as we want that to be a nice sort of straight-ish edge. Yep, so I'm happy with that. Just press that down a little bit more. Okay, let's just trim the back of that. There we are, and there too. So that's that one. So that is the bottom of our pouch, like so. Can you see? A nicer edge there now. And as I say, the front of it already has this piece, so I'm happy to just leave that, I think. Yeah. But I do want to put some more, the same lace up here. So if you see here, doesn't that look really nice and neat? So we'll do the same again, just pop our glue on, and then I'll run it through the machine once the glue is dry. And whilst that's drying, I will show you as well. I've got the other pouch, well, I've got the laces stitched on, so I am making these both together. So I'll just get this on and then I'll show you that. Sorry if my my words are not coming out proper at the moment. It's absolutely baking up here. It really is. This is definitely my last job of the day to get these done, and then I'm gonna go and have a cold shower, I think. That's what I need. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks good. Are we straight? Sorry, I'm just leaning forward to check how we are looking. Yeah. And now the lace at the top, this piece, is not straight. It did shift whilst I was sewing, but you know what? I really don't care. I do not mind at all, because I feel like it kind of just gives it an interesting sloped look at the front. So I'm going to leave it and just be done with it. So I'll show you the other pouch in a second, but basically it's just a case of us just sewing up these two sides now. So just straight down here, straight down there, and that is our pouch essentially done. And then of course we're going to have a button closure on it. So I'll just pop that out of the way to dry, and I'll show you how the other one turned out. So this one, I didn't have as nice laces compared to the first one-ish. Like I had more scrappy bits on this one, but I did add some of these pretty flowers. I just felt like they needed it. So this one is going to be like that. So you've got the two flowers at the front, because this was a great big just open space of netting. So we've got those two there, and we've got two little flowers here. Can you see those? Sorry, just knocking the knocking the camera. And then on the back, we've got the two flowers there. So yeah, I'm really happy with how these have turned out today. Okay, and again, I'm just going to use the same lace, because I think it gives it a really nice border. So let's get this on whilst I'm here. Might as well do the second one. So once the glue is dry, I'll give it a couple of hours or something. It should be enough, I think. We'll then be sewing a button on, which will be our closure. Essentially it looks a little bit like a policy closure, where the ribbon or lace or whatever I'm going to use to bind it just sort of sits around the button. As I say, it was just from Tanya's it was just from Andrea's video. Now for some reason that's wanting to like curl up a little bit. I'm not sure why. Don't don't know if I pulled the lace too tight or something. Just have a look. Can't tell if that's straight. Okay. Yep, so that's the bottom. I have to keep reminding myself. Then we're going to do this one. Or should we do the... We'll do the front first, just in case I run out of lace. I'm sure I won't, but you never know. I absolutely love these. They really make nice way to do a cover as well, actually. It would be a really nice way to do a cover. So I think that will be my next job. Not job, but next wanting to do this thing again. And I would like to try it the way Andrea did with using her snippet rolls. I think that would be really, I mean, hers looked amazing. So yeah, I definitely want to try that next time. I just thought for the first, well, I didn't have any snippet strips made up, but I've been meaning to make some, so I think it's given me the impetus now to get on and get my fabric and lace scraps out and give that a go. And yeah, make either a cover or another pouch from those snippet strips. Okay, right, remind me it goes this way. I have to keep reminding myself. And then, yeah, do we want the same lace? I assume so. I'm just gonna see if we want to... No point mixing and matching, I don't think. So, yeah. As I say, it's just to finish that border off. I mean, I like this fabric, the upholstery fabric, frays really nicely when you tear it, and you get like a fluffy edge. I don't know if you can see these little fluffy bits, and it looks really cool. But yeah, probably just want to neaten it off a little bit maybe. But I happily could have kept it, I think. I don't think needed to add this bit. I think it needed it on the outside for sure, and then it was one of those things of, oh well, if you're doing it on the outside, you might as well do it on the inside as well. There we go. And so when I sew through, that should catch both trims on either side and should help flatten that down a little bit as well. Okay, so that's that. Oh, getting the glue stuck to me. So that's those. Have I done that upside down? I feel like I have, you know. I have, haven't I? Can I take that one? Try that again. It's the only trouble with it's not so easy to see which way is up and which way is down. So if I have anything to say with it, I will do silly things like that. That is me all over. That's that. All the way across. As I say, I'm not striving for perfection. This is a very scrappy, shabby is a nicer word, a very shabby project, and I'm loving it. It is such a joy to work with lace and fabrics. I just love it. I just love the textures. Oops. Just neaten that up a bit, and then I will leave this to dry, the glue, run it through the machine, and then we'll be on to the next step. So yeah, so I'm going to run just straight through the top, just there. Sorry, that was Alexa randomly deciding to play some music. She started playing Paolo Nutini. So yeah, I'm going to run just a stitch right across those two laces so that that gets those on, and the same here. And then all I'm going to do is triple check everything is okay in terms of sizing, and then I'm just going to do straight down here and straight down here. Now I'm following Andrea's thing where she didn't turn it inside out or anything, she just simply stitched down. And because this is, you know, shabby inspired project, I'm going to do that. Does mean you have this sort of rougher edge, but I really liking it, so I'm going to do it the way that she's done it. So I'm going to hit pause and I'll be back, and then the last thing to do will be get the button on and pop our closure in, and then these will be ready to be filled. Isn't it exciting? Here we go. We've got our two pouches all nicely sewn up as neatly as I could. And I just think they look absolutely fabulous. I really do. So the next job is just to do the last finishing touches and our closure. So I've got a couple of vintage buttons here. I've got a cream one which I'm thinking would look nice on that one, and I've got a white one for this one because this has got a lot of white trims on it. And then I've also got some brooches. So I've got a brooch here. This is a vintage one in blue to go with the journals, and I'm thinking I quite like it either there or there on that one, something like that. And then I've got this brooch which is broken. It doesn't have the pin back to it. It is missing a couple of crystals, but aside from that it's quite pretty, and I really like that for down there, and that's what I'm thinking. So I think the first job is to get our buttons sewn on. So I do want to make sure I'm getting it relatively in the middle. So we're about 9 3/4. So I reckon we want to go about about there. Okay, so that's where we're going to have this button. As I say, it doesn't have to be exact. And I've got some linen thread. This is actually vintage thread that you would have used for darning your tights, or darning tights. So nice and strong, but I have doubled it up just to be sure. Obviously, because this is the closure, I want that button to be on there really, really nice and tight. So let me just flip that over. Just make sure it's still in the middle. Yeah, I think so. I've really, really enjoyed this project. It has been such a freeing project because although it's been a sewing project, I haven't worried about being perfect or anything. I've simply just had fun sewing in non-straight lines, getting my laces on the fabric, and just, yeah, having it turn into something that looks really beautiful but shabby at the same time. And I love the shabby look. I don't think I'm very good at it myself. Like I'm too neat sometimes. But I really like the shabby look. So I really feel like I've been able to achieve that with these. And that makes me very happy. Happy indeed. So I hope you'll consider giving this a go. I think my next want for these would be to try them with snippets, and also to try what it would be like to have a journal cover. Use this as well. Use the same sort of method. Alright, I think that's on there tight enough. Just doubled it up a couple of times. I'm absolutely loving this. Really am. So again, just double check where the middle is. Sorry about that, my husband was just coming in to ask me a question. So let's get this button on. So I believe I would like it to be about there. Yeah, as I say, I've really enjoyed making these. It's been an absolute pleasure. Really has. Can't see what I'm doing. There we go. I love that I didn't have to make them perfect, you know. They had to be functional pouches, but it wasn't about neat sewing lines or anything. It was simply just about making this pouch out of, you know, scraps and bits of lace, and just layer it up into this really beautiful project. So if that's not enough to convince you to give it a go, I don't know what is. What have I done here? I've caught something. I'll just cut that off. That'll be fine. Right, let's I mean, yeah, if you're not a fan of the shabby kind of look, then you might not like this project, but I think a lot of us are the fan of a shabby project, especially as it allows you the freedom with which to just simply create and have fun, which is always a good thing, right? Let's just tie that off. I might put something over this where my stitching maybe isn't the neatest, but equally I'm not going to worry about such things. There we are. Okay, so that's those, right. So this one, this is just a brooch, so I can just pin it on. Just need to decide which side to put it on. I like it up there, but I equally feel like it looks good here as well. I like it in both places. So I'm just going to pop it there. It can always be moved, because this one is just being pinned in. What am I doing? I've forgotten how to use a brooch. There we go. There we are. I think that's on. I can always fiddle about with it later, but that just adds a little bit of decoration to the front. Okay, so that's that one. I do need to add a closure to it. Obviously that button is just on there. In Andrea's video, she basically tied some ribbon around the button, tied a knot underneath, and then wrapped the lace around. I think I want to use some ribbon, but I don't have the right coloured ribbon. I think I want to get some white ribbon, and I don't seem to have any. So I'm going to hold off for now, and then that will be my closure. But yeah, isn't it fab? I really love these so much. Absolute pleasure to make. So that's that one. And then this one, I've got, as I say, this broken brooch, which I like for down there. And because it's broken, I'm going to have to stitch it on. So I'm thinking I'll use this same thread, because this does seem really nice and strong. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go sort of, I don't know, in through, I'll show you. I won't try and explain it, I'll show you. Let me just get this up. Yes, it's so hot in here now. My brain is not functioning properly. Okay, right. So here we go. So I want it there. So I'm thinking I'm just going to come in through the back like that. I've got a really long bit of thread. Okay, and then I'm just going to go over the bow like this a couple of times. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. It's the trouble with the like stitched projects is it's really difficult to see, isn't it? Basically, I'm just tacking this bow on as best I can. With, you know, plenty of stitches, but I'm trying to keep it as close to the bow as possible so that you can see it, but you can't, like, it's not in your face. So I've got a couple of stitches just there, and then I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom and just go around like that. So I may pause the video because there's no way you're going to see anything. Because, yeah, I'm getting all elbows everywhere right now just to get this in the right place. So yeah, I'll hit pause and I'll show you when it's finished. I'm so sorry if those blinds were affecting what you could see before, but I'll try and bring it up. Basically, I just went just over the bow and the legs kind of thing, a couple of times each, just to get that on there. So that's, you know, it's only hand stitched on, but it's on there, and I think it looks really, really lovely. And then of course this one we've got the actual bow pinned on. Aren't they brilliant? I absolutely have really loved making those so much today. So as I say, they still need closures because it is just the button for decoration at the moment. Part of me is thinking, does that matter? Like, do we need to wrap something around it? But equally, you know, this could just flap open. So I suppose we do. I just need to, yeah, find some ribbon or decide on some lace or something. I'm not sure yet. For now though, I'm going to leave it for there. I've been working on these the best part of today, but I'm really, really pleased with how pretty they look, but also how shabby they look as well. So just in case we've forgotten what they look like, here's the front of this one. And there's that detail at the back with the flower, which is not quite in the middle, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter. And then, oops, that's this one. Now this one is quite a bit heavier actually because of the extra flowers that we've got on. And those are those flowers inside. And more flowers on the back there. Aren't they so pretty? Now I realised that I haven't got a flower in the middle of there, so I might sort of hand stitch one on, because I think I can get in there if I decide. If not, then it doesn't really matter. I just sort of noticed that after all that sewing today. Oops, there we go. But I think it looks really pretty. Just want to get off some of these little bits. I might need to just glue that down or something, because it's just coming up a bit there. And then that's the inside of this one. So essentially we've got like a band of different trims on the inside. So that's those, my journals. That do fit, I promise you, they will fit. Let's see. Oh, it's so nice. Oh, look at that. They have a home. So that's those. Oh, it's so exciting when you're coming to the end of a project. It's like It's really fun to do the projects, don't get me wrong, absolutely fun. But that sense of accomplishment you feel when you're coming to the end of a project is just so lovely. So yeah, I've just got a bundle of goodies here which I probably need to add to. Just some ruffles, papers, I've made up some little clusters and just, you know, bits and bobs. There's also some little dangles in there. So I just have a few more goodies to add. Need to make a few tags, things like that. But you know, I'm very close to having these completely finished now. So when I do, of course, you'll be the first to know. There'll be a flip through video coming very soon. I probably just need to do some tinkering with that brooch. I think just once, making sure that it's not going to come off or anything. Oh, they feel so good with the journals inside. I love them. Love them, love them, love them. I will 1000% make something like this again. And as I say, I would happily have a journal cover looking like that. So I will leave it there. Feels great to have gotten that done today. Really, really enjoyed that project so much. And I hope you enjoyed the video, coming along for the ride and seeing these come together. I've got some loose threads that I need to just chop off. So I will say goodbye. I will see you on the next video, I hope, and take care, and we'll speak soon. Bye-bye for now.